Hey boys and girls, this is going to be your last read aloud for your second grade school year. So I hope you enjoy this book called Fireflies. This book is by Julie Brinklow, and I love this book. It's perfect for summer. Summer in Texas especially, when you go outside at night and you see those flickering lights that you might see some fireflies. On a summer evening, I looked up from dinner through the open window to the backyard. It was growing dark. My treehouse was a black shape in the tree, and I wouldn't go up there now. But something flickered there a moment. I looked, and it was gone. It flickered again over near the fence. Fireflies. Don't let your dinner get cold, said Mama. I forked the meat and corn and potatoes into my mouth. Please, may I go out? The fireflies. Mama smiled, and Daddy nodded. Go ahead, they said. I ran from the table down to the cellar to find a jar. I knew where to look, behind the stairs. What do you think he's gonna do with that jar? The jars were dusty, and I polished one clean on my shirt. Then I ran back up, 2 steps at a time. Have you ever been so excited that you skip steps when you run because you want to get there faster? Holes, I remembered, so they can breathe. And I quietly as I could, so she wouldn't catch me dulling them, I poked holes in the top of the jar with Mama's scissors. He's using some scissors to poke holes in there. Probably Mom's good scissors, and he's gonna dull them. The screen door banged behind me as I ran from the house. If someone said, "Don't slam it," I wasn't listening. I called to my friends in the street, "Fireflies!" But they had come before me with polished jars, and others were coming behind. That's cool, all his friends are meeting in the street. They're gonna try and catch some fireflies. The sky was darker now. My ears rang with crickets and my eyes stung from staring too long. I blinked hard as I watched them. Fireflies, blinking on and blinking off, dipping low, soaring high above my head, making white patterns in the dark. We ran like crazy, barefoot in the grass. Catch them, we cried, grasping at the lights. Look at all those fireflies. Suddenly, a voice called out above the others, "I caught one!" And it was my own. I thrust my hand into the jar and spread it open. The jar glowed like moonlight, and I held it in my hands. I felt a tremble of joy and shouted, "I can catch hundreds!" Look at that jar. It's glowing like moonlight. Then we dashed about, waving our hands into the air like nets, catching 2, 10, hundreds of fireflies, thrusting them into jars, waving our hands for more. Then someone called from my house, "It's time to come in now," and others called from other houses, and it was over. My friends took jars of fireflies to different homes. They're all going back home with jars full of glowing fireflies. I climbed the stairs to my room and set the jar on a table by my bed. Mama kissed me and turned out the light. "I got hundreds," I said. Daddy called from the hallway, "See you later, alligator." "After a while, crocodile," I called back. I caught hundreds of fireflies. He's a little excited about that, isn't he? In the dark, I watched the fireflies from my bed. They blinked off and on, and the jar glowed like moonlight. But it was not the same. The fireflies beat their wings against the glass and fell to the bottom and lay there. The light in the jar turned yellow, like a flashlight left on too long. I tried to swallow, but something in my throat would not go down. And the light grew dimmer, green, like the moonlight underwater. Oh no, what's happening? I shut my eyes tight and put my pillow over my head. They were my fireflies. I caught them. They made moonlight in the jar, but the jar was nearly dark. I flung open the covers, went to the window, opened the jar, and aimed it to the stars. Fly! He's gonna release them. Then the jar began to glow, green, then gold, then white as the moon, and the fireflies poured out into the night. Fireflies, blinking on, blinking off, dipping low, soaring high above my head, making circles around the moon like stars dancing. Look at how beautiful that is. I held the jar dark and empty in my hands. The moonlight and the fireflies swam in my tears, but I could feel myself smiling. So he's crying because he wanted to keep those fireflies, but he's happy too because of the experience and the beauty that fireflies bring. So I remember a time when I was a little girl playing softball at night, and you could see out in the field just these fireflies around. And it was so fun to see that while you're on the field playing a sport. We also love to sit outside during the summertime and look at all the beauty that they put out and maybe even catch some. But as he showed here, catching them but releasing them is the best part, because we want them to continue spreading their light, just like I want you to continue spreading your light, not only the rest of this summer, but throughout your whole life. So please know that your second grade teachers love you so much. We miss you so much. We are very proud of you. And always, always come back down that hallway and visit your second grade teachers. We love you guys. Bye.